one of television's most heralded seductresses, Dynasty's Joan Collins. Peter Schaffer. Few who saw him write Equus would have thought it possible that he would better himself. Then he wrote Amadeus. Dr. Roger Lewis on a remarkable new technology. You could call it smile technology. It's a revolutionary way to bond teeth. Film critic Michael Medved reviews Francis. These are Mike's guests along with the entertainment news from Sandy Kenyon. And it's all coming up. From Hollywood, it's Mike Douglas, People Now. Now, here's Mike.
I am sitting in a restaurant in Hollywood with one of the world's most photographed, most visible ladies, and certainly one of the most glamorous. She always has been. Joan Collins from Dynasty.
Thank you for that. How are you? It's good to see you.
It's wonderful to see you. And I was playing golf, and I'll tell you something on the cue test. Playing golf with a little guy today, a very sophisticated little guy, and I said I was going to be talking to you later today. And he said, tell that lady that she ought to arrange somehow, some way to get on television with Larry Hagman and JR, and they'd have to invent a new rating system. And somebody told me that that's in your mind. That thought is in your mind.
No, it hasn't been, actually. Somebody has mentioned it to me, but Larry and I did a movie together about 10 years ago called Up in the Cellar or Down in the Attic.
And that's where it is at the moment.
Down in the Attic, totally forgotten, yes. We worked together. We were married. We were both very nice. He played a senator, and I played a rather nice senator's wife.
I don't want to imply anything, but you play this role to the hilt. And that show, I mean, it's no secret, that show was doing very well, but it was not number one until you came aboard. You must be very pleased about that.
Well, I'm thrilled because, first of all, to be able to be working in a successful American series is one thing. But to be able to be in an American series that has gone to the top is something that you never really believe is going to happen. And I've worked a lot in my life. I've done a lot of things that I haven't liked. I've done some things I've liked. And I considered that I was a working actress who would hopefully always be working. And then to get this opportunity and to have it work for you it's a big kick. I have to tell you, it's really a kick.
Now, when they come in and tell you that the thing is number one, do the pressures increase, Joan?
Yeah, but there are certain pressures with this particular job, particularly as being a mother, being a wife, running a home, having 3 children, and also trying to put in your 12 or 14 hours a day as that character. The pressures are there, but you have to be able to deal with them, and I think that I am a person who can deal with pressure because I'm committed to the show, but I'm also committed to my children, my husband, my personal life. There's a lot of commitments there, and you just have to work out which is the most important for you at the time. I know when I go to work in the morning that I can't spend that much time with my child that day. So on the weekend, my weekends are blocked out for my family, yes.
Now, away from Dynasty for a moment, you not long ago endured something, and being your father of 3 daughters myself, my heart went out to you because you went through a trauma in your life, and it was almost like after that had cleared up and everything was okay that the guy upstairs said, okay, let's lay a little good on Joan here, let's get her going. But I understand that that experience might become a motion picture.
I presume you're referring to my daughter's accident, yes. I had thought about this because people had approached me about doing this, but then I thought, this is something that happened to Katie, happened to Ron, happened to me. We managed to live through it. We managed to be given a great deal of success in her recovery. And she wants to forget it now. And I want to forget it, so I don't want to do it as a motion picture. No, definitely not. I want to, it's
Good.
finished. It's
I'm
over.
glad to hear that.
She's, just terrific now.
But you went through something, and I don't think the people know that side of Joan Collins. They're used to seeing the glamorous lady. They don't know that she had to endure something that a lot of people couldn't. I mean, she was in a coma for how long?
She was in a coma coma for nearly 7 weeks.
And you sat at her bedside, literally all of that time,
Yes.
talking to her, literally talking her out of that coma.
Yes, either Ron or I were with her all the time because I believed, in spite of the prognosis that was considered to be grim or poor, depending on what terms we used, that that wasn't going to happen. She was too wonderful and special a person for that to happen, and I felt that my faith and my husband's faith, the faith of my friends, my close relatives, were what were going to bring her through it. And I refused to admit that there could be any other possibility. But I do believe that what we have up here and in here is extremely strong. And I think that that's one of the reasons that Katie is a miracle child who has survived a potentially fatal accident, which was then going to be potentially, make her handicapped for life, and is not. And I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky because I had a lot of friends that supported me, and that's why I'm very involved also in now research for neurological and communicative disorders. I'm involved with the National Head Injury Foundation, which is something that has been formed because there is so much research that has yet to be done to find out how to. You can't prevent accidents, but to be able to help the people who are involved in that and get them out of it.
You know, I'm sitting here looking at you, and there's a thing that's been going on in this country for a lot of years. This country is terribly youth-oriented. I don't know what it's like in England or the rest of the world. But suddenly, a mature woman is on television, is a smash, and she's sensuous, she's sexy, she's everything that they've said only can be, thought about when they're in their 20s. And I think it's wonderful. You're starting a whole new trend in America.
Well, it's not just me. There's
Linda Evans, of course.
Yeah, and people like
Jane
Sophia
Fonda.
Loren, Glenda Jackson. There's a lot of women. I do believe that we are going to be around for a long time. We are going to be alive, hopefully, for 80 or 90 years. And so to be considered to be kicked on the slag heap when you're 25 or 30, which is what it used to be when starlets came in and stars went out, is wrong. And it's wrong for women. And I would like to make a statement for women, anybody who's over 35, to say that ain't the way it is. You're as good as you feel.
But you will admit that when you see a commercial on American television, they're seldom over 20 years of age, the people you see.
Well, I don't know. I mean, a lot of actors now and actresses are doing commercials who are not that age. I find that age is a very unimportant thing. It's just a number. It doesn't matter how many birthdays.
Good for you. Oh, that's lovely. Tell them why you're here. This is a very special evening and a very special thing that has happened to you, Joan Collins. I think you're the first that this artist has done a
painting and a cereal. Yes. Patrick Nagel, who is, I have always admired him tremendously. I had several of his works, and he usually does very young models. That is what he is known for. He does his work.
Affiliation with Playboy, doesn't he?
Yes, he works for Playboy, and he does those girls for Playboy. But he sells all over the world, and he's very popular, in demand. And he contacted me and said that he liked the way I looked, and he wanted
who doesn't?
Sometimes I don't. And he would like to do a stereograph of me. So I asked what it would entail. He said he would take a photo session, and from the photo session he would do the painting, which is what he did. From the painting, which I am going to get, which I'm thrilled about, I have a special place in my room for it.
This is going to be published for about another year, though.
Oh, no, it's out now.
I read in the bio that it was going to be published a year from now.
No, it's out now.
That has to be a misprint.
Obviously, yes.
I was stunned when I read it.
No, it's going to be in art galleries. The Mirage Gallery is bringing it out, and it's available right away. There's only 150 of them. They're signed, limited edition.
$50 each?
That's right, yes.
It's pretty neat.
Yes.
Now, a moment ago, women out there looking at you and men thinking, what a glamorous, what an incredible-looking lady, great figure, great face, beautiful eyes, beautiful hair. When you said moments ago, sometimes I'm not too pleased with the way I look. What displeases you, for heaven's sake?
Well, everybody everybody has things about themselves that they don't really like. I'd like to be taller. I'd like to be thinner. I'd like to have longer legs. I'd like to have a deeper voice. I mean,
Your voice is lovely.
Thank you. Then nobody's totally pleased with themselves. But basically, I'm fairly pleased with myself.
This has got to be the high point of your career, Joan, right now.
I don't know. It is at the moment, but there are other things that I want to do. I feel that
Like
this
what?
is...
Please tell me.
Well, this is, say, jumping off board for me. I feel as though I'm on the diving board, jumping into the deep end, because from the success of Dynasty and from what has happened to it, I feel that I'm going to be able to do what I really always wanted to do, which is get back seriously into the theatre.
Oh, into the theatre?
Features, yeah. Features. How many features am I? The theatre, yeah. That's what I came in when I was 15. I went to the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art. I wanted to be a stage actress, but I was discovered for movies at 16, went into movies, have been in movies all my life. I've done some stage plays, but when the work dries up, as it eventually has to do on telly or in movies, I hope that I can go and do some of the great roles that are there for women on the stage.
I'm smiling because you said telly, and that's the way they say it in your country. Are you pleased that the show must be a smash in England?
No, it is. It's very successful, but my episodes haven't appeared yet.
Oh.
And they're appearing in... Actually, Mike, the thing is that's very interesting is that however much I love what's happened to me here and the success, I am so excited about the fact that the show's going to open in Britain, because being British, I really want it to work there.
Of course.
And it's like wherever you come from, whatever small... No, not... I mean...
That's why I brought it up.
Yes.
Because it's important.
Yeah, it's really important to me that the show does well in England, and I'm very excited about the fact that it's going to open in January there, and I'm fascinated by the reaction as to what is going to happen. I really hope it does well.
Now, Joan, for the women watching, you are so glamorous, and your clothing is up to the letter. It's what is in. You're wearing everything that's in. Do you control that, or do they control that on the show?
Well, I control what I wear in my private life. I mean, this is my dress, my necklace, my bracelet. And as far as the show is concerned, I have a great deal to say about it because I'm very interested in clothes, and I know exactly how Alexis should look. We have a wonderful designer called Nolan Miller, and he and I discuss all aspects of the character and discuss what she's going to wear for certain scenes. So I contribute quite a bit to it. I schlep around the department stores and...
Schlep around?
Yeah, and find a few things now and again.
Now, the next step in your life, you mentioned theater, you mentioned feature film motion pictures, but can you think in that direction when you're so busily occupied with what you're doing? I mean, do you think far ahead in your life is what I'm implying?
Oh no, I live totally in the present. I live right now, this moment.
Good for you.
Yeah, you asked the question, and I thought this is what is the kind of a plan for the future.
A lot of people think so far ahead in this business.
No, that's too boring. You have to enjoy what's going on now, otherwise you can't...
You let other people worry about that for you, huh?
Yes, somebody up there likes me, I hope.
Oh, indeed, and a lot of folks out there like you. And we are so pleased that you afforded us this opportunity to talk with you. And the family's okay? Everything's
Great,
all right?
yes.
The marriage is okay?
Terrific, yes.
Tell me about your husband. I don't know all that much about him.
He's there. He's there.
What does he do?
He's an independent producer. You want to talk to him?
No. I just want to know. He pretty much keeps an eye on what you're doing then if he's an independent.
Oh, yes. I think husbands should, don't you?
Indeed, I do. Thank you, Joan, so much for giving
Thank you.
and congratulations on this wonderful honor. And thank you for throwing this lovely party and letting us be a part of it.
I better go and say hello to a few people.
Joan Collins, we'll be right back. Thank you.